U.S. imposes tariffs of up to 41% on dozens of countries.
UNSC's urgent meeting after large-scale airstrike on Ukraine's capital.
The commune military commander who braved a deadly flood to save 5 lives.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I'm Hoàng Yên and here we go, the first step of the show. U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order imposing new tariffs on imported goods from multiple partner countries with rates ranging from 10% to 41%.
According to the order, the highest tariff of 41% is imposed on Syria, followed by Laos and Myanmar at 40%. Tariffs of 30% or more will apply to Algeria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Iraq, Serbia, South Africa, and Sweden. Additionally, the White House announced reported shooting down that exports from Canada to the U.S. will be subject to a 35% tariff, up from the current 25%. The new tariffs will take effect at 12:01 a.m. on August 7th, giving Customs and Border Protection sufficient time to implement the necessary changes. The U.S. administration stated that some countries nearing trade and security agreements with the U.S. will be reevaluated, while those that have not fully cooperated will continue to face stricter measures.
The United Nations Security Council will hold an emergency meeting to discuss the situation in Ukraine following a massive airstrike on the capital Kiev, which killed at least 16 people and injured 159, including 12 children.
Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha stated that the emergency meeting will take place on the evening of August 1st, New York time, after more than 300 UAVs and 8 missiles were launched at Kyiv, 5 of which hit their targets. The Ukrainian Air Force reported shooting down 288 UAVs and 3 cruise missiles. This was deemed one of the most severe airstrikes in recent weeks. Ukraine blamed Russia for the attack. Ukrainian foreign minister accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of prolonging the conflict and called on the international community to pressure Russia into an immediate and unconditional ceasefire. The attack occurred despite U.S. President Donald Trump setting a deadline for a ceasefire agreement between Russia and Ukraine by August 8th, threatening steep tariffs on Russia if the war continues.
The Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has called for continued effective implementation of the 500 Days and Nights Complete 3,000 km of expressways campaign, fulfilling the strategic goal set by the 30 National Party comrades.
Since the beginning of the year, 237 kilometers of expressways have been completed nationwide, bringing the total to 2,268 kilometers. By year-end, Vietnam is expected to surpass the Congress's target, having at least 3,000 kilometers of expressways and 1,000 kilometers of coastal roads nationwide, and to basically complete Long Thanh Airport. Speaking at the mid-year review of the 500 Days and Nights of Emulation to complete 3,000 kilometers of expressways campaign, the Prime Minister emphasized that this is a critical phase for the country to make breakthroughs in the new era of development. He instructed ministries and localities to stay committed and push forward with urgency to accelerate the projects.
Upcoming are some updated news.
After 5 years of implementing the Vietnam-EU Free Trade Agreement, EVFTA, bilateral trade turnover has reached nearly 300 billion USD, making Vietnam the EU's leading trade partner in ASEAN and 16th globally. According to the European Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam, EuroCham, from August 2020 to May 2025, the total two-way trade between Vietnam and the EU amounted to 298 billion USD, accounting for almost 40% of the total cumulative trade value over the past 3 decades. Key products such as electronics, textiles, furniture, and agricultural products have deeply penetrated the European market, while the EU has become Vietnam's 3rd largest export market and 4th largest import source.
the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism will exhibit 100 to 150 large-format propaganda posters at Ho Chi Minh Square in Nghệ An Province this August to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution and National Day, September 2nd. The exhibition aims to highlight the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution and National Day, September 2nd, its great historical significance, and the birth of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. The artworks will emphasize the reasons for the victory, the lessons learned from the August Revolution, and the application in the current cause of national construction and defense. The exhibition will also showcase achievements after nearly 40 years of renewal and the great contributions of the party, people and army over the past 8 decades.
The Nghệ An Provincial Center for Disease Control, CDC Nghệ An, announced that the World Health Organization has provided Nghệ An Province with 5,000 Aquatabs water purification tablets and 400 clean water containers. Immediately after receiving the support, CDC Nghệ An sent 3 teams to flood-affected areas to guide environmental treatment, disease prevention, and control. So far, over 90,700 Aquatabs and 300 containers have been distributed to severely affected medical centers. The CDC has also prepared contingency plans for potential outbreaks to ensure swift containment and prevent wider spread.
On the night of July 22nd, in Mueang San Camille, sudden flash floods submerged roads and isolated residential areas. In one small house, 5 people were trapped in rapidly rising water. In a life or death moment, a soldier risked his own life to save them all. More in the story today.
10 days after the historic flood, Mrs. Bui Thi Quay in Mueang San Commune trembles, recalling the moment between life and death. The floodwaters rose rapidly. Her family of 5 became trapped while trying to move their belongings.
The floodwaters rose so fast, the walls collapsed, the corrugated iron crashed down, and the water blocked all the exits with debris. Luckily, the forces arrived in time to rescue our family.
Heavy rain caused the floodwaters to rise rapidly, turning road number 7 into a raging river. The rescue forces could only get within 200 meters of the house. With no boats but signs of an imminent house collapse, the commune military commander decided to tie a rope and swim in to rescue the 5 trapped people.
When I received the information, all I thought was how to save those 5 people. I tied a rope around my waist, connected it to a phone cable, gave it to my comrades to hold, put on a life vest, and swam over, rescuing the 5 people one by one to safety.
In a sleepless night amid the raging floodwaters, that Square Star soldier placed the lives of the people above all else. His courageous act not only saved 5 lives, but also stood as a vivid testament to the spirit of responsibility and a beautiful image of a soldier who truly puts the people before himself.
The last story to end our program today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye and see you later.